The unfortunate thing about Newtown Creek is that there's not a lot of natural habitat for small fish, invertebrates, shellfish that typically reside within the intertidal area. The idea with the dock was to have a floating structure where the middle of it would have different kinds of habitat, different kinds of homes for all those smaller animals. So we have different little units that have different kinds of habitat. So some are old oyster shells or old clam shells, which provide like a little bit of a reef. Those are also ideally places where we'll see other mussels and oysters colonize onto those materials. Oh, there's a crab in here. This is actually not a native crab. We don't discriminate too much here against invasive species. The only thing that we've seeded, quote unquote, is the plants. Everything else, all the other animals that are here, we basically just put in a little habitat and they've come here. New oysters and mussels are coming from all over New York Harbor. So it's not like we just thought if we put in some oyster shells here, they would magically appear. Because there's already a population, both here in Newtown Creek and regionally in New York Harbor, of oysters and mussels and clams, we knew that they'll find their way onto the materials in this dock. I'd say like a main objective with the living dock is this idea of education as well as inspiration, that we want people to see that although the creek is very much an industrial canal, that doesn't mean that there's not life here. And it doesn't mean that there's not possibility for more life in the future. So by showing that these grasses can survive here, that there are fish and crabs and shrimp, and they're here and they're looking for places to call home, we can get more people excited about the possibility of Newtown Creek being an environmental, ecological, and an educational resource for the people living nearby.